Okay, Johnny,
Johnny,
can you? Yes.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Can you start again? I'm sorry about this.
You mean all from the beginning?
Yeah, no one can hear you from the start. They can only
Okay.
they can only see your slide.
Okay, let me do this. I think let's start because we already 30 minutes into it. Let's start with even quicker, just the videos, and I'll skip all the intermediate. Let me go for the first one. Let's see what I can do. Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay, now works. Now everyone's saying it works.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to sprint through it again. And okay, now thank you for all the patience. I'm Johnny Lee from Myrtha Pools. I'm the Hong Kong and Macau agent, a civil engineer and a regional consultant for Myrtha Pools in East and Southeast Asia. I joined Myrtha Pools 20 years ago, since 2001. Okay, let's skip because I think we have used 30 minutes. So let's skip a little bit of the introductions. Let's sprint. Okay, Myrtha Pools has been around for 60 years, and we build pools in 70 countries, and every year we build about 1,500 pools. The key components for Myrtha Pools is the panel. We call it Myrtha panels. It's a stainless steel panel with the front side laminated with hard PVC, the back side clear protection film. Along with all other components, we call it we invented different systems. So Myrtha Pool is the most advanced swimming pool shell technology in the world. I'm going to ask you one question, the poll again. Do you know the latest FINA standard for swimming pool tolerance in terms of diagonal length? So if you know the answer, you can join the poll. So these three, actually, I'm going to show half of the video because if you were there, you would have seen the video already. So this is how we're going to build a self-standing Myrtha system. First we build the base frame, make sure it's leveled, and then we put in all the components on the walls. We don't weld our system. It's all bolted so that it won't rust. This is a Myrtha systems design. So we have all the support putting on, buttresses, and then we'll put on the gutter system. Later on, all the waterproofing and lane and the accessories, and then the Myrtha system is done. So this is when we put in the towels, grab towels, and accessories, gutter gratings, markings for the footrests, PVC liners, and when all the water proofing for the panels and liners are done, then we can fill the water. Okay. We have another system that is designed for using a concrete backing. So in situations such as you are rebuilding an old swimming pool, or if you in situations that the site cannot accommodate buttresses, then this will be the system we are using. Again, we have no welding generally, and it's all bolted together, all parts. After the wall panels are installed, we'll install the gutter system, and then again, all the towel accessories, waterproofing, and then the floor PVC will be the last. and then wall markings, and finally we can fill the water. So showing the next slide is the mix system that we can do. Different function. This is a different Myrtha systems. Straight panels, panels without gutter, freeform panels, all the various kinds of finger walls to partition the pool in different sections. So Myrtha can design everything, and we build the pools in a different shapes to cater the design. So you can see this is with the middle with jets and everything, a small lap pool on the side. So this is the final outcome of a leisure and also a health lap pool on the side. Okay. So this is the backside photo of a Myrtha system. You can see it is very clean and tidy, very easy to inspect and maintain. So Myrtha Pools has a preferred system by Olympic Games and World Championships because our millimeter accuracy. So the answer for the questions that I had, the FINA requires not only each lane to be within 10 mm of their tolerance, even the diagonal links, they require it to be the two diagonals to be within 10 mm of each other. So for concrete pool, this is very, very hard to build. This is a New Clark City pool for the last SEA Games in Philippines. It's already used the new FINA standard, so this is a very accurate pool. This is a community pool in Canada. It has a 50 meters lap pool for training, but also inside the complex, it has a wave pool, play features, slides, and all these play features on pots. So we built all these water bodies for this project. This is the famous Porsche design towers in Miami. Each apartment has their own car lifts to put their cars inside the apartment. So they'll park the cars inside the apartments, and each apartment has a small pool. So we built all the small pools plus the community pools down there for the apartment complex pools for their owners. This is the very famous water park. We built pools for water parks. This is the Raging Water, formerly known as the Wet and Wild in Sydney, the largest water park in Southern Hemisphere. This is the Galaxy Sky River, 575 meters, built by us. It has two key iconic features. One is this acrylic bridge in the river that people can see the below, and from below can see all the swimmers up there. And also there are 300 RGB LED underwater lights in the river. It joins the ambient lights of the hotel. There are five, now it's 5 hotels, 3 buildings. So all the ambient lights of the buildings will join these 300 underwater lights, and it's programmed to do a lighting shows every 30 minutes at night. About 10 years ago, in Europe, we've been working with a lot of hotels for a long time, but about 10 years ago, we started strongly venturing into the global hotel market because of our lightweight and low maintenance property. The hotel owners usually show their swimming pool in their website, but the swimming pool itself actually is there, gives them the most headache. So we have started pushing our technology into the owners, and they started to realize that Myrtha can give them a very maintenance easy but state-of-the-art swimming pool to show off. So this is the Hilton Grand Islander Hotel in Waikiki, Hawaii. Another Brinkell Hotel in Miami. This is the landmark Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Hong Kong. This is mosaic tile. So some owners still prefer to have our Myrtha finished, and on top of our finish, putting in a mosaic tiles. Actually, this becomes what we call a double protection. So we can use the tiles to protect the waterproofing panels and PVC liner below, and it becomes an extremely robust swimming pool. This is the Hyatt Regency Algiers Airport Hotel. Myrtha Pools is the global design partners for Marriott International and Hilton Group. So we help them to design their design standards, giving out to all owners that they manage. So the Myrtha advantages. Okay, Myrtha is very famous and some of our advantages are the reason why we were selected. We are extremely lightweight. In a 20 meters by 8 meters by 1.2 meters deep pool, we can save about 80 tons. If the swimming pool wall is only 200 mm thick. And we are very accurate. The workmanship is guaranteed because we trained all our installers in-house. It's very easy to maintain because if you use our Myrtha panels and PVC liner as the aesthetic finish, then there's no tiles to be regrout and replaced. So it's very easy to be maintained. The life cycle cost because of that is very low. There's no tile change over 20 years. We have a very long warranty and we have a very low carbon footprint. And in a elevated situation, the advantages are very obvious. The lightweight situation will save, like I said, even not a very large pool, a 20 meters by 8 meters pool, 1.2 meters, we save about 80 tons. If you have a larger pool, then it becomes not linear, but if it is deeper, it's actually save even more. We can transfer because we are actually a modular pool system. We can use their lifts quite easily if it is non-accessible. We can use just a staircase in some very stringent situation. Guarantee waterproofing, very low maintenance. Actually, Myrtha has top-end finishes because as we are industrially made in a factory, we can accept a lot of finishes without all pre-designed. So we don't normally run into situation that like concrete that we need to hack and cut. It's all anticipated. And the flexibility of structural design, it can mean both ways. We have a lot of flexibility in terms of design, but our structural elements actually is very flexible, so that in a high-rise situation in which it either moves a lot or in a seismic active areas, our structure can sustain a lot of movements. Okay, the part two, this is a project, a new design project. So we are talking about how we design a Myrtha system. Okay, this is a new design in Hong Kong. At the very beginning, we designed it to be a 50 meters pool. But later on into the design, the architect tell us that the site cannot accommodate a 50-meter pool. So we go for the next best. It's a 36.5 meters pool. The reason is that the left side is a 25 by 25 meters pool, 2 meters deep. It's partitioned with a bulkhead in the middle, 1.5 meters bulkhead, and on the right side is a 25 meters by 10 meters area using a movable floor. So the movable floor actually can lower to 3 meters and raise to practically 0 meter if required. So we can walk on it. The reason for that is that in this 25 by 10 meters area, the owner can use it to conduct learn to swim classes for young kids, up to using it as a training ground for scuba diving. So there's a lot of versatility over here. Synchronized swimming, all these different activities can be done in this part of the pool. And then when they move the bulkhead to one side and then move the floor to 2 meters deep, in which the whole floor becomes 2 meters, then they can conduct water polo training in a 35 meters by 25 meters pool. So this is how we design it to be versatile, multi-purpose. So you can see the panels, 2 meters panels around the pool. At the deeper side, there is a concrete wall in which we will still install the Myrtha panels onto it by using concrete backing. And all the accessories are shown in these few slides. The PVC lamination plan and the accessories, head walls, handrails, starting blocks, and this is the bulkhead designed with handrails and also the movable floor designed with the actuator positions and all the pulleys positions. These are the photos of a project in Korea that happens to be very alike the project that I just designed. This is the same pool for the 2019 FINA World Championships. It has a 3 meters deep pool side, and the deeper side, the movable floor is also doing 0 to 3 meters deep, but they are using 3 meters panel. Instead, we are using 2 meters panel because our pool, the right side is 2 meters instead of 3 meters. So this is the installation of the panel. The back side of the panel, you can also notice, there's a column and a beam to support the deck. This is the connections, weight bearing to connect the support, the vertical support to the deck. Installation of the overflow gutter. We finish all the wall structure, installing the wall structure. We started installing the PVC liner to the deep side with the circular. Those are the pulleys anchoring positions. So after all the pulleys positions are done, the white strips are the protections for the cables that later on will be installed. Some of the pulleys are already installed, and the supports of the rig, it's the key structure for the movable floor. So they started to install the movable floor. In that time, our team went and installed the PVC liner at the shallow end, and also the movable bulkhead and the head walls and everything. So this is a finished photo with the left side at 3 meters deep, partitioned by a bulkhead. And the right side, it's a movable floor. This pool is used for the 2019 World Championships as the main competition pool. So that pool design summarize all our rectangular or regular shaped pools designs. It's all designed just like that. And I want to show you the complex shape. This is the Galaxy Lazy River design. The shape of this pool and the shape of the beach entry part of it, it's already drawn by WTI, the aquatic consultant in the USA. They are the aquatic consultant for the client in this project, so they draw up all the elements in terms of concept elements. So they have everything in mind. But Myrtha Pools, we can do the concept drawing as well, but we partner with WTI, and then we go into detailed design and place all the lights at the right positions, how many lights, that's our part of calculation, and how to actually fine tune the design into millimeters, that's also our part of the job. So in this, you can see the general design of the whole river, go into all the panels, design different depths, because the panel at different areas actually have different heights. And the gutter design at the beach entry, all the detailed design about even planters and that, because everything within this area is all designed by us. And this is all the small details about all this freeform structure. So this is the design for the staircases and the inlets, and then the main drain designed and placement. This is the installation plan. So we put in, because this river is very long, we actually shipped the parts in 3 shipments. So we started on the purple, and then we go into the yellow, and then we go into the green area. The green area second, the yellow area third. This is the link plate plan. The link plate is actually the top link plate linking to the deck. These are the base frame layout plan, showing the installers where and the curvature and everything about this. When I install this pool, this river, we have to hire a surveyor to give us markings on some key locations, because this is free form. We cannot just let it install, so we have these check-in positions all marked, so that every certain number of panels, it should end at certain locations to make sure that it can connect the whole pool. So this is the panel layout. Once the base frame is installed, basically it's closed. That means we can close the panels, because they are both measured in millimeters, manufactured in the factory. The upper framing, the 0 beach entry, the gutter plan. Okay, that summarizes how we design the a freeform pool or river like the one in Galaxy. Okay, coming up, it's how we going to use the renovaction. That means a clad-on design. It was created to this particular system. We call it renovaction. was created to renovate old pools. But in many situations, when later on we found it became handy when we handle even new pool situation. So this is a photo of ladies recreation club in Hong Kong. This is the old swimming pool with a skimmer scum channel. And they want to build the pool with overflow gutter. So this is the new photo. It looks a scum channel, but it's actually not. It's what we call a hidden gutter. The reason is that if you look at it, the deck space is actually not abundant. So we use a concealed overflow gutter to increase the deck space. So there is an opening. There's a gutter in that opening it functions as an overflow gutter, but you can walk on top and very safely. So because we need to shallow the middle part of the pool, because the wishes was the old swimming pool had a very shallow two ends and a very deep middle. They can't dive, and it became dangerous in the middle. So when we increase the depth on the two sides, it's good, but it has a limited loading. So we also have to shallow the middle part. We cannot shallow it by filling it with lightweight concrete only, because the overall loading is too much for the old foundation. So what we had to do was to cut away the old slabs in the red part. This part is the lead that needs to cut away for the installation of the gutter anyway. And the old slab was gone. We have to introduce new slab at a shallower position. This is the concrete plan needed by Myrtha to install this renovation system. And this is the finished plan with all the panel labeled. And this is the general sections of each area. These are the accessories plan. So these are the photos of the actual doing. We have to hack away all the tiles first, certainly. And then we have to support the wall so that when we cut away the middle floor, it won't fail, it won't crumble. And then we start cutting away the old slab. And then we also cut at the correct level for the gutter installation surface, we call it. Introduce the new slab. Finish off the concrete preparation. And then we start installing the new pool shell, installing the PVC liner and do the markings, finishing the pool, and this is the finished pool. So we have mentioned a few about how we design the pool. So one thing I think everybody needs to know is that Myrtha helps our agent and how to present to our client in terms of designing. We issue, just like every architect, when they start talking to the client, they will issue concept drawings. It's the same for Myrtha Pool. We issued concept drawings. This is our concept drawings. Basically, it shows the swimming pool layout, some 3D drawings, the accessories outlook and what it looks like, and hopefully from the photos you can see how it functions. So this is not an engineering drawings, but it's a mix to show to the clients what they are looking at, even to the architect. As a concept, it's a drawing board. So it's all these concept, different play features they can use. Also, we will show in 3Ds and also in 2D the sections of our Myrtha panels and Myrtha design, so that it's very easy to be understood. We can also issue 3D based on a concept drawing. We have a department doing 3Ds if the client is very serious and they want to see the final results. And this is another 3D showing the filtration room. You can see the two Defender filters. This configuration can also is already enough to cater the a 50-meter pool. This is a 3D for the slides. We also talking about a little bit deeper, just a few slides more. In Myrtha, we have in-house engineers that give to our client or architect, the local architect, the finite element analysis. So it's a modeling and simulation which is very necessary especially in the seismic zones. So even not in the seismic zone, if you are submitting to the local authorities, we also have a very different analysis to show our calculations on our steel structure. All the modeling and simulations about the reason why this buttress is like that is that it has to take lateral movements. So this buttress is different from the non-seismic zones. And also we use rivet a lot now because many architects now in a large building situation, they have too many suppliers, and even their structural team and the architect team are not in the same office maybe. So we need the rivet plan we need to give them the rivet plan so that they can do a clash analysis. For example, you can see this is a rivet plan, different projects though. This is a rivet plan, and in this particular project, our rivet plan is already superimposed with the structural framing. So they can check whether the framing is okay for our structure. We also have very different kinds of finishes. The latest hot item is the acrylic. So this is the design and in real life. Myrtha realized many years ago that people focus on the area that needs tiles is actually at the water line. So because the body oil is built up mostly there. So this is the area we still keep a little bit of either plastic or mosaic or tiles for easy cleaning. We have introduced a lot more different types of finishes in terms of mosaic, bisasa tiles, and overflow gutter design, because all of these are at the area that people can see. So our eyes will focus on these areas more naturally. And in a competition situation, we redesigned our inlets. We use what we call a STZ inlet, a strata turbulence inlet, many years ago, and we have reinvented it with a slope plan so that the current will direction to the pool floor. So it will have less turbulence on the surface of the pool. And we also have do a lot of CFD, the computational fluid dynamics modeling, so that to analyze how the current works. This is the design of our inlets, and we have different tests to show how the inlets functions in different speed. And we have invented our own flow meter to measure on-site, because calculation is one thing, but on-site is always different. So we need some instruments to measure when you're doing World Championships and Olympic Games. This is how we do a CFD in a complex shape, such as a river. So we know where is there any area that we need to introduce another inlets to, so that all water mixed perfectly. Okay, thank you. That's all for my part of the presentation. I'll let my colleague to take over.
Okay, thanks, Johnny, for the introduction. Next, I like to introduce the second speaker, Adam. Adam is the sales manager from Evoqua Technologies, responsible for aquatics business. Today, Adam will give the introduction, an update on the advanced regenerative media filter from Evoqua, and also the total aquatics solution from Evoqua. Hi, Adam.
Hi, hello, Remy. Can you please share my screen?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. My name is Adam. I represent Evoqua Water Technologies for our aquatics division for the region ASEAN Plus. I myself am based in Malaysia. With the help of our colleague around the region, we serve the market, especially on all things on water sectors. I myself, I will focus on the aquatics. So before that, I just want to introduce on who we are. Evoqua Water Technologies, we serve the water sectors on very broad water sectors. We have multiple brands under our own portfolio. We supply water technologies to the market. We also do engineering and we do service as well. These are all the key sectors that we cover for the market. As you can see, one of our major market is aquatics and pool. So when it comes to aquatics, we have done a lot for water parks and swimming pool. We also apply ourselves on aquarium life support system. So since we established ourselves as Evoqua, we have been expanding, we have been adding brands and water technology solution into our portfolio. One of the aquatics main brands that we have is Neptune Benson, that specialize on regenerative media filter. Since then, we have ATG UV solution, we have ozone solution, and also chlorination and even salt chlorinator for big output as well. Yeah, we pride ourselves on sustainability, being a clean, providing clean technology to the market as well. These are some of the awards and recognition that we got. Yeah. So before I introduce on our technology, I think it's important that we know some of the key problems a pool may have. So these are some of the signs that a swimming pool will have due to an inferior water filtration system. you may notice that the pool will get cloudy during the end of the day or during the peak operation hour, meaning when the pool is heavily loaded with people. Whether you can see the bottom of your pool. Some problems of swimming pool is having those nasty pool smell. Yeah, the typical comment people will say a very high chlorine dosage, but in fact, chlorine there's no smell. It's the byproduct of what chlorine has reacted with organic, like urea, for example, that causes the smell. Do you see any signs of corrosion in your pool facilities? Ladders, you may notice in some pools that they have corrosion or any steel panels in the facilities. And lastly, we understand, as Johnny also mentioned, that handling a swimming pool is not an easy task. There's a high operational cost behind maintaining a pool. The main thing is water usage. Due to the backwash of sand filter, where you have to make up the loss of water. Electricity for the pump as well is a key issue. And lastly, maintenance. Maintenance, life of the equipment. That also affects the operational cost of maintaining the pool. So why having a quality water filtration system matters? Number one is brand and reputation. If having a 5-star premium swimming pool properties or a high performance swimming pool water park requires some reputation. You may realize there's TripAdvisor's, Booking.com. If your guests they are unsatisfied on something, they may comment on some bad things about your property. Therefore, brand and reputation matters. Swimming pool, there's a standard of safety as well. People that bring in illnesses like viruses in the pool can easily transmit to others. Although chlorine is maintained, there are still some virus which is chlorine resistant that may be able to transfer to others. Therefore, commercial that involve public, it's important to have a superior, a high quality water treatment system for the pool. Race, you have to manage your own race, air quality as well. You can't be having a pool with constant pool smell. Therefore, you have to deal with how do you maintain the air quality, your guests, the staff as well, staff that works in the pool facilities. If they keep inhaling pool smell, it can worse. It will cause a respiratory problem as well. And lastly, operating efficiency, cost on maintaining the pool. So at Evoqua, we have multiple brands like Neptune Benson that specialize on filtration system. These are our complete solution for aquatics. For chlorination, the most standard in the market, people are still buying chemical, calcium hypo, sodium hypo. They may dose manually or semi-auto. In today technology, they have analyzer and controller as well. You can see on the slide, we have those technology as well that also optimize your pool system as well. It can connect to your pump VFD as well to make sure that your pool electricity doesn't run at maximum, for example. And we also have secondary disinfection to boost the chlorine, the safety of the pool in addition of chlorine. We have medium pressure UV that disinfect, that also remove pool smell as well. If you prefer ozone as well, we also have that technology to cater. So with all this complete solution, we are able to provide a high quality of water and also reduce your operational cost saving. So before I go through, especially on our Defender regenerative media filter, I would like to hold a poll. Yep. Yep. Basically, the question is, do you know when was sand filtration invented? The answer is 1827. As you can imagine, sand filter has been around very long time. The technology used today is still very widely used, traditional in a sense, and in comparison to our technology called regenerative media filter, is there's a big significant benefit with using our technology. As you understand, sand filter is using the concept of depth filtration, whereas regenerative media filter is using surface filtration as a concept. Our regenerative media filter provides 90% less water compared to sand filter, and the space that required from our technology is 75% less space. We only need one unit to cater for multiple units of sand filter to cater for a flow. The pump that you require to push the water through the filter is also half lesser. Therefore, you will save 50% less energy. And since you are saving 90% water, there is no residual chlorine for your pool is wasted during backwash. Heated pool is also not wasted. And lastly, is about water quality. Our technology will have 95% better particulate reduction. So let's discuss more on how our technology will reduce that much of significant water. Yeah, as you understand from sand filter, it works by depth filtration. The water will flow through a media depth, typically 1 meter, and filtration speed of 35. At some point when there's differential pressure, you will need to do backwash. And backwash, you will need to have enough backflow speed that can fluidize the bag, and you have to let it flow between 5 to 7 minutes. If you have a big pool, you will have 3 to 4 sand filter, and therefore you will have a very big wastewater goes through the drain. Comparing to our Defender filter, our media is using perlite media. Perlite media is basically like a sponge. When perlite particles is soaked in the water, they will expand further, like a sponge. And out of that one particle, there's like 90% pores, and therefore it's just waiting to trap particles. But one concept about regenerative media filter, you will need to do a bumping. You can imagine the perlite media is trapping dirt in one surface. Every day you will need to flip the perlite media in order to for the perlite media will have a fresh surface to trap perlite dirt. Therefore, until there's a pressure differential of 15 psi, it will indicate that it's time to replace the perlite media. Therefore, our technology is not using any backwash. That's the key. So this is how it looks like in the Defender filter. Yeah, you can see the white perlite media is coating the tube, and every day a bumping will need to be done in order to flip the perlite media. So typically, how long can the perlite media last? For an outdoor pool, the perlite media can last up to 8 weeks. For an indoor pool, it can last up to 6 weeks. So what is water quality and safety? Our Defender filter can actually filter down to 1 micron versus Sand filter only 20 micron. So what is 1 micron? You can see that's a reference. Even blood cell with size of 5 to 10 micron, it can filter them as well. But one key virus that is focused in the swimming pool industry today is Cryptosporidium virus. This virus is chlorine resistant, meaning that it takes a pool with 1 ppm chlorine concentration to neutralize this virus in 10 days. Yeah, therefore you will need an equipment which can instantly filter them out. Yeah. On the right side is an efficiency of the filtration capability of Defender versus Sand filter. It's a validated performance to filter about 5 micron size of Cryptosporidium virus. Defender has an efficiency of 99% compared to Sand filter of only 28%. Yeah.
Hi, Anna.
Yes.
There some noise from your side, I think.
Really? Can you hear me? Is it noise?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's some noise from your side. Some noise from your side.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, please. Yes.
Is it noisy?
Too noisy from your side.
How about now?
No, lot of noise. Since everybody else has not muted.
How about now? How about now?
No.
Is it better?
No.
It's very quiet here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, please. Better.
Okay, is it okay? Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that. Let me continue. Okay, so what is the clarity of the water itself to provide a good swim experience? On the left is a pool that uses sand filter. On the right is the pool using our Defender filter. You can see there's a clear turbidity improvement by using our Defender filter. So what is space saving looks like? Yeah, you can see that on the left, this is a retrofit project that we have done for a water park in US. On the left, originally there were 2 sets of 4 horizontal filter, where we replaced with only 2 units of Defender filter. Yeah, therefore you will have additional space. You may consider of upgrade or storage as well. This is another project that we have done for an Olympic pool in Barcelona. On the left, originally they were 18 conventional sand filter, which we replaced with only 2 units of Defender filter. Typically 1 for a competition pool, 1 for diving pool. So for a new project, there's a lot of construction costs can be saved. Since you are only using less equipment like 1 Defender filter versus 4 sand filter. An example, what you see here is for a flow rate of 516 cubic meter. You will have lesser valve manifold to handle. The space required for your equipment is up to 4 times lesser. There is not many pipes or valves involved. Sand filter is very heavy as well. It involves a bulk of sand, a very high load of water as well. Therefore, you will need to have a reinforced base if you are using sand filter, especially for a high-rise swimming pool. And since there's no backwash, there is no need for backwash holding tank to accommodate those big flow from the sand filter backwashing. Yeah, this is especially key when it comes to high-rise swimming pool with all those limited drain pipes sizing. Yeah, and lastly, by using Defender, since there's no big backwash flow volume of water that you need to cater, there is no need for big balancing tank. So this is how the Defender system looks like. You can see that's the Defender system. Our Defender system comes with an automatic pneumatic valves, meaning that the daily bumping process is automated. The system requires air compressor to do the bumping, and also to regulate the pneumatic valves as well. So let's talk about maintenance. The Defender system is made out of a steel structure with a Plexo 3000 lining internally to prevent corrosion. Yeah, the system comes with a 10 years limited warranty, and we have over thousands of installation globally, with most of them from a renowned swimming pool. We partner with Myrtha for some projects as well, like Macau Galaxy Hotel. And the replacement of the perlite media is very easy. One of the key comments from our installation site: to operate Defender doesn't require third party. Everything is automized, and it comes with a vacuum transfer system to easily transfer perlite from a bag to the tank. Therefore, it is all end user operator of the pool facility do the work of maintaining. Versus sand filter, the sand will need to be replaced 1 to 3 years, typically for commercial pool. For a heavily load swimming pool like water park or public pool, the sand easily will need to be replaced in 1 year. To replace sand is not easy as well. Either you have to scoop it out or you have to drain it from below. And one thing about sand filter, typically the lateral is made out of ABS or plastic, and once it breaks, the only way to repair is to take out all the sand and replace the lateral. Therefore, it involves a lot of maintenance and repair as well. Yeah, and lastly, pool sand filter typically is made out of fiberglass. The tank has life typically up to 15 years, and if wrongly used or there's an impact, it can break, and the only way to solve is to replace entirely of the sand filter. So our Defender filtration system is all certified. Our performance is validated. When I say up to 1 micron, 5 micron is validated by NSF 50 from the US. Yeah, that's all for the Defender filter. I would like to hold a poll before I start my next UV topics. Yeah. Defender is mainly about filtration. Your pool will definitely need chlorine. Today, in today's technology for swimming pool, there is a recommendation to use secondary disinfection system in order to boost the disinfection in conjunction of chlorine, due to Cryptosporidium being chlorine resistant. At Evoqua, we offer UV due to it's easy to install and to operate and maintain. So as you see from the screen, this is our medium pressure UV from ATG. We have the most compact design of medium pressure UV in the market. So what's the benefit of using medium pressure UV in the market? One thing to note, in the market, there's low pressure and medium pressure UV. The added benefit of medium pressure UV is to reduce chloramine. As we all know, UV does the disinfection. By having another system beside chlorine to disinfect, you will also reduce your chlorine demand up to 60%. And therefore, the downtime to do pool shock is also reduced. And secondly, what medium pressure UV can do is to reduce chloramine. Chloramine is what free chlorine has reacted with organic and produced combined chlorine. Another name is chloramine. These are the compound, the chemical compound that causes the pool smell and also the eyes and skin irritants. Worse if constantly inhaling, especially in indoor pool. A lifeguard, for example, they may get lifeguard lung as respiratory illnesses. It also causes corrosion to steel panels in the building as well. Another benefit of medium pressure UV, it can also oxidize unwanted contaminants as well by photolysis, and therefore it's like a coagulant, and therefore improve the filtration of the swimming pool as well, and therefore you will get a much crystal clear swimming pool. Our technology provides remote monitoring and automation as well. It can integrate with Defender system and also our analyzer. And our system performance is also validated by NSF to make sure that what we promise on disinfection and also chloramine removal is actually tested and validated to perform. So this is how it looks like in an installation of a swimming pool. You can see that a typical UV is in a tube light. What we have is in a wafer block type, which is very space saving. It's easy to maintain. All the UV connection sensors are simply by twist lock. These are some of the features, third-party validated, easy to maintain. To install is also very easy, and all the connection is by twist lock for easy to take out and to replace lamp, for example. And the system comes with a wiper to make sure that the lamp is always clean to produce enough dosage to disinfect and remove combined chlorine. That is about UV. And last technology that I want to introduce is our salt chlorinator. Typically in the pool, we have inline salt chlorinator. At Evoqua, we offer offline salt chlorinator, which will prolong the life of the cell, especially. We have from 75 grams per hour up to 40 grams per hour. By having a salt chlorinator, it will reduce the need of sourcing calcium hypo, sodium hypo. Basically, you will get today the technology of salt chlorinator is to reduce the operational cost. This is how it looks like on site. You can see this is how the installation looks like from some of our installation base. It's widely used in Germany as well. We have one in Hong Kong. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Anna. Hi, everybody. If you have the questions, you can raise your hands, and I would like to have the question and answer session now. No? Hello?
Yeah, Remy, I can hear you. I think they have to write down the question.
Okay. Okay, so if no questions now, thanks for your joining this webinar today. And you can contact with Adam, Johnny, and I, whenever you want. And you can also contact us through our official email account, sales.sg@evoqua.com. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.